Section 25 is merely the reuse of the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which abolished slavery in the United States. It is the exact same language.
Section 25 of Kentucky's Constitution reads slavery and involuntary servitude in this state are forbidden, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. Executive Director of the Kentucky Commission on Human Rights, Terrence Sullivan, is one of many calling on Kentucky lawmakers to change the state's constitution.
A lot of their prison systems were designed to basically work the same fields that they had once used as slaves. And so they kept these types of things in their constitutions as a way to really continue the tradition of slavery under a different name.
Sullivan says he believes Kentuckians would be in favor of amending the Constitution, but first they have to be aware of its language.
If people are made aware that it even exists, I think many people will say the same thing of, oh, wait, really? And make that decision to change.
Ultimately, the decision would lie with Kentucky voters. A proposed constitutional amendment would appear on the statewide ballot for voter ratification after being passed by the legislature.
I think we ought to let the people speak on this issue that it's clearly is grown out of our past, an unacceptable aspect of our past, and is manifesting itself, at least in part, in our present.
Senator Gerald Neal says he thinks an amendment to Section 25 could pass in Kentucky.
I don't see where there's a loss on any level because, as I've said before, I don't see any immediate changes, but it will stimulate perhaps our thinking about how we deal with this question of those who break the law.
Kentucky wouldn't be the first state to make this sort of change. Tennessee is one of 4 states where voters chose to ban slavery last year. If we mirror the amendment passed in Tennessee, for example, slavery and involuntary servitude would be forever prohibited, but inmates could still be put to work.
To say that slavery in no form exists in Kentucky, even if you're convicted of a crime, is a big win. But we would need to go to the extra step and pass laws that give some rights and freedom to folks who are incarcerated.
While many are calling for further prison reform in Kentucky, they see banning slavery in the state as a long overdue step towards righting a wrong. Samantha Valentino, WKYT.